But for now, it's the Americans who are running Iraq, and they're firmly in control, at least in this part of the city. I'm trying to get across town to the Shiite stronghold of Saddam City, normally about half an hour's drive from Al-Mansur. But with Baghdad's infrastructure in ruins and American roadblocks everywhere, progress is painfully slow. Each car is searched for weapons and ammunition.
Where do you get this from? This for you. It's for we buy fooding to eat. This. No.
I tell him we put his money back.
Hey, this for
but we keep his ammo.
This حاجة
No problem.
يلا no problem. عندي بالبيت.
Hey, cameraman, you got that money going in the car and take now, right?
This is as far as the American soldiers are stationed. Saddam City, where I'm headed, is a no-go area for the troops. Saddam City is an enormous area in the north of Baghdad. It's populated by Shiite immigrants from the south, with traditional links to Iran. The Shiites themselves have renamed it Sadr City, after a Shiite cleric murdered, so the story goes, by Saddam Hussein himself. The former president treated the Shiite majority harshly, and now that he's gone and they're free to practice their religion without suppression, the mood is euphoric.
اللي نتكاتف ونظن متكاتفين بفضل حوزتنا وبفضل علمائنا وبفضل تكاتفنا.
This is Sheikh Saeed, a man of growing influence in Sadr City. With the Americans staying away from here, he's the closest you get to a government official. But his first allegiance will always be to the Shiite leadership in the south.
واكو مثلا عندنا راح يصير اجتماعات راح يصير مؤتمرات من باسم المرجعيه الدينيه وراح يصير عندنا مسيرات فاحنا شلون يعني نكيدكم ويا المسيرات ويا المؤتمرات ويا الاجتماعات في سبيل بناء قدره كامله للمرجعيه الدينيه في النجف الاشراف.
For Iraqi Shiites, these are exciting times, a chance for a downtrodden, poverty-stricken people to assert their influence in the new Iraq. For Sheikh Saeed, that future is a religious government.
الشعب العراقي بأجمعه لا يثق إلا برجل الدين. فعندما سارعنا نحن لأننا نعلم بأن الشعب يثق بنا ونخصبنا أنفسنا للحفاظ على الأمن والسلامة في المنطقة.
Saeed's followers are now in control of every aspect of life in Sadr City. At this intersection, men from his mosque are controlling increasingly chaotic traffic flow. They have also taken it upon themselves to run the hospitals and clinics in this area. But the best gauge of their influence on the community is their success in convincing looters to return much of what they took in the first few days after the fall of Baghdad.
هذا كله يعني احنا محاوطين كإدارة كاملة. هذه إدارة العمل المكتب هنا يعني إدارة الصادر والوارد والخارج يعني المواد اللي قاعد تدخل واللي قاعد تخرج.
Saeed admits that his followers looted a lot of these goods themselves. He explains that it was a preemptive move to keep things safe from other opportunist looters. He says a lot of what they took from government storage facilities proved the disregard that Saddam Hussein showed for his people's welfare. These biscuits, for example, donated by UNICEF, had passed their expiry dates.
يحتجزه صدام حسين ما أعرف، احتمال للسمك ماله ما أعرف علمه.
The Americans are not even bothering to patrol Sadr city. It's a political minefield now that the Shiites are running the show. Instead, they're happy to allow these natural enemies of Saddam Hussein to handle security on their own.
هنالك 3 أشخاص مستعدين إلى الواجب، وهنالك 4 أشخاص أيضا مستعدين إلى القيام بالواجب، وهنالك في ذلك المكان الذي يوجد 4 أشخاص أيضا في ذلك الواجب، ومنتشرين على كل المدينة، كل المدينة منتشرين على هذا الموضوع.
All of these men are armed and they are still engaging almost every night in battles with the remnants of the Fedayeen Saddam, those mercenary supporters of the former leader.
يعني طبوا بالمنطقة جو البارحة بالليل بسيارة كوريلا بيضاء ونزلوا واحد، فالواحد جبناه من اليوم، اعترف قال احنا فدائيين صدام.
الحمد لله لقد مسكنا من الفدائيين كثير، وقد أسقطنا عدة مواجهات من قبلهم الذين يسمون بزمر صدام وأبدناهم.
Shiite militias are cleaning up where the Americans left off. I was shown into a room at the back of Said's mosque which held 6 prisoners of war, 3 Iraqi Fedayeen and 3 jihadis from Syria and Jordan. Said would not let me film them, but the men I saw were frightened and had been severely beaten. The Shiites are clearly dishing out a very tough justice.
فمن قتل فسوف يقتل، ومن لم يقتل سوف يتحاسب، ونحن الآن نتعامل معهم كما رأيتم تعامل يعني أخوي، تعامل وكأن تعامل إسلامي، فسوف يذهبون إلى جهات مختصة.
The relevant authorities are the religious leaders in the holy Shiite city of Najaf. Said says that they would never hand their prisoners to the Americans. They fear that they would not get a proper Muslim trial, or could even be sent to Guantanamo Bay in Cuba, like the POWs from Afghanistan. And although they are indebted to the Americans for ridding Iraq of the tyrant Saddam Hussein, the welcome doesn't extend beyond that.
ولكن لن نحترم الجيش الأمريكي كمستحيل، نحترمه كمحرر، لكن إذا كان الجيش الأمريكي مستحيل سوف يجد هنالك القتال العراقي الأصيل بالدفاع عن هذا الوطن.